E só isso pra mim. Outra coisa que eu posso pedir, tá bom se eu pago pra família que tá ali, só por segredo.
Sim. Okay. Você conhece eles?
Não, não conheço.
Well, we're back to the COVID Chronicles, tail end of July. So it's a little cloudy today for it being July. So we're gonna head to Draper, where the sun is always shining, literally. So a lot has happened since the last video. First of all, there have been some fires due to the 4th of July festivities and fireworks going off. Part of that damage you can see right over there, kind of that dark side of the mountain. Didn't used to be dark like that. It used to look just like the rest of the mountain, but I guess somebody set off some fireworks up there, and we've had a pretty dry summer, so that fire crept all the way down the mountain, folks, and it came within like 100 feet of some of the homes in a neighborhood, you know, which sits right up there on that mountain. And then of course even some folks from Draper that night drove over just to make sure the fire situation was under control and that it wasn't gonna crawl over on the other side of the mountain. So that was kind of unique. My girlfriend and I went and checked out the action. That all took place at about 2 a.m. So that happened. And then of course there was a fire in Saratoga Springs on the other side. That one I think was started by lightning, but that fire folks had to be evacuated as well. And which means someone like me who is kind of in between Traverse Mountain and Saratoga, I mean, I was sandwiched, folks, nowhere to go, fires on either side of me. Not really, I was pretty far away from all the fires, but where I live is like right in between that stuff, so I consider myself grateful. Speaking of 4th of July festivities, that was great too. Got to spend that with the future in-laws. And nobody was harmed, folks. It was a successful 4th of July. You know, in the Huxford household, whenever we had 4th of July and we were shooting off our own fireworks, something seemed to go wrong every 4th of July, but not this time. Little mishap with the neighbors in the fireworks they were launching. I think one of the fireworks went rogue and hit a home. But we'll pardon that. We'll forget that happened, right? I believe in forgiveness. So after that, I went with my girlfriend's family down to the St. George area, which at this point is kind of like the lion's den in Utah when it comes to COVID. That's where all the COVID cases are. Those hospitals are full of COVID cases, but the people down there just don't care. I mean, we were eating at a diner restaurant, and there was a 70-year-old woman sitting next to me, and she kind of tugged at my, you know, sleeve, and didn't even have a mask on, you know. It's just that kind of atmosphere. They don't really care out there. They've got so many tourists going because of national parks, and it's probably why they have more COVID cases, right? But anyway, so we did that. I had some pretty cool footage. I was gonna make a video for you guys of that trip, but future brother-in-law Jesus going a little too fast on the jet ski, pulling us at about 60 miles an hour, and couldn't hold on to the GoPro, folks. I failed you. Those you know, those wrist curls, just not doing enough of them, you know. Did get some footage from the GoPro 8 on one of the hikes. We went up to Zion, and we went on the Canyon View hike, which is kind of which is a nice little mile hike. It essentially gives you the same view as Angel's Landing without the risk of dying, which Angel's Landing gives you, you know. So we went ahead and did that, and did it with 7 kids, and managed to make the trip in 108-degree weather at that altitude, and all 7 children made it. I figured we'd lose 1 or 2 along the way, but you know, 7 kids means you have a few to spare, but we didn't. Kept it at 7, you know. So that was successful. So now I'm actually just headed to one of my favorite restaurants in the area, like in the point of the mountain area, which is just right there. It's like that mountain by the outlets at Traverse Mountain, kind of connects Lehi and Draper. It's a place called New York Pizza Patrol, and I love this restaurant because it does serve some pretty good New York style pizza, but it's also a Brazilian restaurant, which is a really interesting combination because, you know. Thanks for the support, folks. I mean, I started this YouTube journey like 3 weeks ago, and they say that going from 0 to 100 is a difficult task. Sometimes it takes folks a year to get 100 subscribers, but I mean, 3 weeks, 385 subscribers. I mean, gotta thank you guys for that. Hopefully that means what I post is semi-interesting, right? I'd like to think I'm semi-interesting. I'm interesting, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interesting. Definitely. Whoa! That guy was turning left on a mission. Holy smokes, folks. By the way, this episode of Ginga Ninja is brought to you by Girls Night. It is Girls Night at my girlfriend's place today, which means to ride the bike, because Boo Bear, as perfect a girlfriend as she is, hates the bike. And so really, if I'm filming an episode, if I'm making a new video for YouTube, it's usually because it's girls' night. Girls' night means freedom. Don't tell her I said that, but I mean, come on, let's be honest. All right, let's see. Hopefully this is still 2 lanes. That sun is fierce. Looks good. Utah evenings in the summer. Does it get any better than this, folks? Absolutely. You ever ridden a bike on the beaches in Hawaii or California? That's nothing beats that. Woo! Somebody had a bad day. All right, folks. Making a stop at one of our favorite places today, New York Pizza Patrol, which, for those of you who don't know, is not just a pizza place. It is a Brazilian restaurant as well. So, and then you can go tanning. Look at that. You can go tanning right after you eat your pizza. Just kidding. I do not go tanning. I'm a ginger, remember? I'm a walking case of skin cancer waiting to happen. Anyways, back to this restaurant, New York Pizza Patrol. This is where you come for your New York style pizza or your favorite Brazilian dishes. So I'm pretty sure this place is owned by a Brazilian, and it's kind of cool because you get a menu and then there's a Brazilian side, there's a New York pizza side, and the pizza's not bad and the Brazilian side isn't bad. It's all good, you know? You know what? I'm gonna pay for that family there. I bet they'd like that. Just one. Thanks.
Você é brasileira?
Sim.
Legal. Vocês têm suco de maracujá?
Tem.
Tem? Ok. Tá bom se eu peço um suco de maracujá e também uma pizza de queijo, tamanho médio, e só isso pra mim. Outra coisa que eu posso pedir, tá bom se eu pago pra família que tá ali, só por segredo?
Sim.
Ok.
Ok. Você conhece eles?
Não conheço, mas como segredo.
Tá ok. Você quer ficar comendo pra ver alguma sobremesa depois?
Sim, eu vou olhar os sobremesas, eu não sei o que tem aqui. Obrigado.
So I ended up running into a girl who lived in one of the wards I served in Ribeirão Preto as missionary. She's here with her friend, so that's kind of nice. Something to do, someone to talk to while I was waiting for the bathroom to open.
What kind of bike do you have?
An R1. Are you into bikes?
I love bikes. I don't know much about them, but I love them.
So an R1 is Yamaha's sport bike. That's their 1000cc bike that goes like 190.
What color?
Black. So I think it's parked right out there. You see it?
Nice. Where are you from?
E daí você pode, eu posso te mandar mensagem, você passar o seu resume para o seu currículo, para mostrar o vai ser muito bom. Não sou daqui. Você trabalhava com as contas na Itália? Legal. Legal. Foi um prazer te conhecer. Eu vou entrar em contato com você amanhã. Tá ótimo. Tá ótimo. Hey, what you up to?
Just putting some surfboard at home.
Very cool. So I'm at the Brazilian pizza place that I like. So I brought a book and I've got my suco de maracujá, riding the bike. Super exciting, so. Yeah. Pizza de queijo. Sempre. O que você fez?
Eu pedi uma lasanha, como todo brasileiro.
Aquela família já pediu.
Tá ótimo.
Tá, eu vou só falar pra eles que tipo, alguém pagou e depois eu te ligo. Tá?
Obrigado. Obrigado.
Você quer uma caixinha pra.
Ah, não, eu vou terminar.
Tá,
Eu vou
ok.
terminar. Obrigado. Well, that was kind of fun. We ran into some old friends, met some new friends, got to pay for somebody's meal. And that's all good stuff, right? Makes us feel good. See, stuff like that always happens when you come to New York Pizza Patrol. Just good vibes here. So I don't know if you guys heard that, but one guy came up to me, asked about the bike. Which, by the way, if you're ever looking to make friends, just buy a bike because everybody wants to talk about it. And sure enough, he came up and said, hey, I ride motorcycles too. What kind of bike you got? Told him it was an R1. But, you know, I'm glad he came up to me though, because he's been out of work for quite a bit. And he's a Brazilian who's lived here in Utah 20 years, speaks like 4 languages, really talented guy who works for a technology company, but due to COVID was laid off. And so, and my company just happens to be really looking for Brazilians for our LATAM team, the team that works in Latin America. So he's actually got a good shot, the fact that he worked at a technology company and wants to work for Qualtrics. So I'll do that for him and see how it goes. Ooh, bikers. That's cool.